Hey.
Hey, come on in the room. Come on in the room.
Come on in and see
What's going on, good people out there? Hey, welcome to M.V.P.
and we just want to help you see. We talk real life, no cap, no shade. Truth in the open, no mask, no fade. From love and money to faith and pride, it's a ride through the mind of the other side.
Hey, I in the room.
In the room.
Oh, but you heard that little
That rip?
I felt that one. I felt that.
In the room,
Yes,
in the
sir.
room. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. MVP Man's Viewpoint here. So glad to be back, man.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this
That
episode.
boy said he's super excited.
Super excited. For a multitude of
That boy
reasons.
said for a plethora
A plethora, an abundance.
of reasons.
But nah, this would being our fifth episode, but our first episode with a guest.
Yes.
And before we get into who that guest is,
Okay.
I just want to give my little 2 cents of how I know this gentleman and how far our relationship has gone. So I met this young man in the 6th grade. We went to middle school together. We've always stayed locked in, man, and just to see him grow, see him change, see him evolve as a man, bro, it's been amazing, bro. So I just want to say before we even start off the podcast, bro, like we were saying off camera, man, it's all God's timing. But from me to you, bro, like I love you, bro. It's always gonna be love. But just to see you like grow, change, and just but still be who you are, still keep the things that make you you, man. I think the world is your oyster, bro. So I just want to say I love you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
I love
man.
you,
And
With that being said,
Yeah.
introduce
Yeah.
the man.
Caleb, my friend Caleb Sutherland, man. He's doing his own thing. Go ahead, tap in. Hold on,
Yes, sir.
let's do that right now.
Very, very happy to be here. That was a great introduction.
Yeah.
man.
Go
I
ahead
appreciate
while
that.
I'm holding your book that everybody need to go ahead and tap in and get.
Iron Mind, Iron Will. It's
Yes,
a
sir.
90-day journal. Basically, for you to write in every day for 90 days. It has journal
I
prompts.
like that little workbook.
Bible scriptures, yes, sir.
Come on, Jesus.
It got affirmations, a little bit of everything in there, but something that I created, kind of looking back on what I could have used when I was trying to lock in with life.
Wow.
So if that's something that you think would impact you, or maybe a young man in your life, that's something that is available now.
That's
Yeah.
kind of crazy, man. That you say that, but go pick that up, y'all. Where can they find that?
Right now it's on my Shopify. I got my links in my bio.
Shout out.
At Taylib Can Talk on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram.
So spell your name though, because people,
Yes, sir.
everybody.
Caleb Can Talk, CALEB, CANTALK.
All right, Caleb Can Talk.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we got Caleb and Taylib.
Caleb and Taylor, man. Dynamic dude.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We got to set that thing up,
bad,
set
y'all,
it
my
up back
bad,
right.
man.
All right, so Caleb Can Talk. One more time, where is it?
It's in my bios. Right now I'm on Shopify.
Oh, we need to
But,
y'all. We need to type in
but
because
yeah,
we
I
need to
was- I
have
was
it on
telling him.
Amazon.
Yeah, I was telling him
Okay.
you got to show me how to put it on Amazon.
Hey man, I'm learning as we go, but definitely we will get that there. But y'all go pick that up, man. That I know it's powerful. I've been watching some of his shows, so to give my little 2 cents,
Yeah.
I met Caleb. I think y'all were in high school though.
Nah.
When I met him, was it more middle
It
school?
was middle school.
It was middle school.
Yeah, it had to be middle school.
When you were at Williams.
Williams, yeah.
Yes. So I've been knowing Caleb. Man,
It's been a minute.
it's been a minute, but it's
Yeah.
been a minute since I've seen him. And so when I was on his show, and I had to get my eyes together. I was like, wait a minute, that's Caleb for real. And so I just want to say, based on what I've seen so far, man, I'm just impressed, and I'm grateful for the young man that you've become. Not to say that, my expectations are always high for you guys. So, but I'm just, man, I'm floored, and that is just powerful. And when I've been going through your social media and on the show, I was like, man, look at here. So I kind of feel like I had a little some, you know, to do with that. Just
Definitely did.
because you saw me, you know, putting his head through the ringer. So, but yeah, man, welcome to the show, man. Glad to have you. You know, this hopefully go down in history as the first guest on M.V.P.
Yes, it will.
Yeah,
First
for
guest
sure.
for y'all. My first time being on the podcast. So
Yeah.
a lot of great
Definitely,
firsts right here.
definitely. So,
I'm
hey,
excited.
so guys, so we're gonna go ahead and this cat Caleb, you know, we got to have every show. He got to have a pregame.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah, the pregame,
so
the
with
pregame.
you being our first guest, because you know I like the pregame. So let's say you going out on the town, or you know, how do you pregame? What's a good pregame for Caleb?
If I'm going out,
If you going out,
I don't really go out too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I typically like to just listen to some music in the house.
okay.
Maybe in the past partake in some other things. But that's like I said, in the past.
Little
you know.
drink, little drink,
Little, you know. But I don't do that too much nowadays. But typically, if I'm pre-gaming, I just like to be in a good headspace.
I
you
feel
know.
that. Are we going light or dark?
Depend on the day.
Depend on that.
you know,
My
more
man.
recently it was light.
Okay.
But when I first started out, you know, it was dark. I was a dark guy for sure.
I feel that. You gotta get the body loose and
You know
nimble.
what I'm saying? Just getting that good vibe, you know, the Uncle Ernest. I mean,
Uncle
Uncle Nears,
Ernest.
Uncle Nears. I be seeing,
Ernest.
man, the Uncle
I
Nears, you
got
know.
Ernest over there thinking, maybe I should start a. Nah. Hey, go on,
funny.
plug that right quick. I don't have the bottle today.
Yeah.
But Uncle Nearest, 1856.
They episode 5 is trying to get sponsorship.
Hey, it's
Yeah,
gonna
we
happen.
gonna,
Yeah,
hey,
it's
we
gonna
gonna keep
happen.
at them. At some point, they gonna be like, you know what? These guys just
That's how
be
you get 'em.
pubbing us. We gonna give them some. But yeah, Uncle Nearest, 1856, smooth whiskey in your drinks. You know, standalone cocktail. 1856, Uncle Nearest. I just love them colors, black and gold.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Wink. All right, so pregame. Y'all never ask me.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? I right-handed guy, I was just gonna say, damn, I don't even know how you like the pregame. So back in the day, 1960, 70,
Wow.
80, 90, you know, you about to go out on the town.
Wow.
What were you doing before you put that silk on?
That's right. Only silk touches this body.
Clean.
What was the pregame like?
Man.
Set the tone for us.
See, here's the difference. Back in that day, you know, if you're talking about college days, it wasn't no pregame. You had enough money just to get to the game.
See,
Wasn't no
I
pregame.
disagree. So you telling me you going straight to the function, just
Yes, Lord.
straight to the function?
Straight to the function.
Nothing to prepare.
But see, the drink's gonna be higher once you get there.
Well, see,
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
You holding back. I don't believe that.
yeah, because I mean, especially in college, man, we had to pay to get in the clubs. It wasn't free. So, see, here's the difference. Your granddaddy wasn't sending no money like that.
But I'm saying, so
So
before
I'm
you
just
hit
saying
the
there
club,
was
you weren't drinking
we
nothing.
wasn't- I mean, bro, we had enough money to get in the club. Number one, got to get in the club. Number two, you might have enough money to get you a drink or two. But yeah, bro, we ain't had no money for no pregame. The pregame meant we was staying home. That was the pregame.
Boo. Y'all know y'all had
That
some
was the
moonshine.
pregame. bro. But see, the
Something.
difference too, we did a lot of stuff just, you know, we didn't go out a lot. You know, I can't tell you how many, shout out to Clark and Landon and the courts, how many times we just had parties, you know, in the room, you know. So going out, man, I mean, that was almost kind of like a luxury, to be honest, you know. We ain't had no cars, you know. We ain't want to jump on the 13. Some of you know what I'm talking about. That was the bus, the MARTA bus that took
Moving
me
Africans
downtown
rapidly through.
Atlanta.
I'll
And
never
if you were
forget you
lucky,
said
if
that.
you had, you know, some friends or whatever who had a car, but that was a rarity too. So think about how many people was trying to get in that car. So we just kind of made our own.
So
fun,
even
man.
when you was crossing, let's say Alpha Party or whatever, it still wasn't no type of brotherhood before the actual function. None of that.
I'm not saying. Well, I think what you're saying. Most of our activities were done
On camp.
on campus. We
But,
didn't.
but
go
the
out.
pregame, by definition, is just what you was doing
I
before
don't know
the.
if that. Nah, it was just right there. It wasn't no pregame. It wasn't like, okay, hey, let's do this. Then later we just.
I just jump right into it.
Yeah, we just jumped right into it, my man. So,
Boring.
Anyway, that was the difference. But anyway, we good? We pregame?
Yeah.
We good.
We pregame.
All right. So pregame is over. Let's go into this. And today's topic, I took the liberty of kind of choosing the topic. I didn't even bring the trophy. Halliburton was calling me, talking about could he,
Talking about what the
he
hell
need to get, what the hell
Meanwhile, he ain't even playing up out for the season. We'll talk about
he
that.
wanted to use it for motivation's sake. He wanted to put it up. But
I felt that.
I tell him he can hold it for this week.
Right.
But next week,
You need it
send
back.
it on back. Right. But because I got you two young Thundercats here, man, and it's as a older season, I just say season, I'm sorry. As a seasoned man, black man here on the show, like I said earlier, Caleb, is so great to see the stride and to see the progress that, from a sixth grader to now a young man. That's what I feel like every father, uncle, whatever, mentor, that's what they strive for, and that's what they want to see, to see the growth and to see the greatness that you have inside you and see it coming out. So with that being said, today's topic, because I got you guys, and we can do a little multi-generational thing, but I really want to kind of focus on your age group. Be quiet, Taylb, because I know you finna say something.
I ain't said a
You're
word.
always trying to. I want to talk about young men right now, being 25, 26, whatever, 25, younger, your generation. What are, let's see, what have you learned and what advice can you give the generation, your generation? What kind of advice can you give young men out there? And let's be a little bit more specific in the sense, because we could talk about, let's break it down into some topics or some subtopics. So what have you learned being 25, younger? Let's go with, say, love and relationships. What have you learned, or what can you say about those two things that you've learned so far, being 25? What I'm gonna start with you, Taylb. What?
No, and I'm gonna start with Caleb because I really want. For real, because I really want to.
Guess?
You feel me?
Okay.
But and feel free to take this in any, because of course we're gonna talk. We're gonna touch on love, career, finances, and any other area. But starting with love and relationships, and feel free to go to whatever exit you like to go to. But yeah, start us off. And I feel like we was telling you how much we've loved seeing you and seeing you grow. That anything that you want to start off with, telling the podcast, whatever.
Oh, definitely.
Introducing yourself, whatever. Because I don't feel like we allowed him to do that.
Yeah, we
too
just trying to take
busy.
over.
So do that, and then go into we'll start off with love.
Definitely. I think it was a great intro by both of y'all. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
And I know we talked a little bit off camera, but I want to give y'all flowers too for creating this type of platform and using y'all voice to really, have some deep conversations, even some fun conversations. Just seeing that father-son dynamic, I think that's very impactful for the black image.
Appreciate you there, Caleb.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir,
it's
for
been fun.
sure. And a little bit about me. Like he said, we grew up in Tampa together. But see, my whole mindset, my whole life, I was a football player from 4 to 24.
And go ahead and give him a
what's
quick,
good?
give him a quick football resume because we ain't talking about like he just played. We talking about played at a high level. So go ahead and give him the high school to college to the whole resume right quick.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I would love to. High school, went to Armwood, pretty big, well-known high school here in Tampa. And then from there went D1 to University of Toledo, where I graduated in 3 years. And then I still had 3 years of eligibility because I redshirted and then we had COVID. So at that point, I was like, I could stay down for 3 more years or I could roll the dice and bet on myself. So then I ended up transferring to Bethune-Cookman for 2 years.
Okay, HBCU one time.
I did have a little HBCU experience.
Yeah.
Wasn't the best, but I did have one. And that's where I did most of my, playing at, actually. I went all conference there.
See that? Go ahead.
Second year wasn't as fulfilling because you got
Who was the coach at that time?
Coach Sims, Terry Sims. But then second year got a new safety coach. They bring their own guys in, so didn't play too much. And then my last year, I went to Valdosta State for a season.
The Blazers.
Yes, sir. And I liked my experience there, I will say, but I didn't play much there either. We brought in a bunch of transfers. It was hard to break into the field.
I get it.
So and then now I'm kind of pivoting towards just what is my life like outside of football? Who am I besides a football player? And
I think you already answered that.
I feel
Caleb,
like,
with that book.
but it took a while to get to that point,
But you got there.
Yes, sir.
And you had to go through that, whatever that was, the struggles, you know what I'm saying? You had to feel that to know like, okay, this is who I am outside of the helmet type shit. I feel that.
I had to face it head on, like he's saying. And that kind of leads to the answer to the question. But as far as like love, I feel like what I've learned about.
Hold on. I got to stop y'all.
Please,
right
go
here,
ahead.
man.
Go ahead.
Nah, for real. And I'm really kind of getting a little emotional, to be honest. No, man, because this is, I didn't know all of that. I just knew, y'all graduated, and I knew you got your scholarship and you went to play ball. But just to hear, you guys articulate this, and just to hear the conversation right now, that's just major for me, man. Really, it really is. I don't think y'all really understand how major that is, because there's just so many young men, especially today, that we're lost. So just.
And we went to school.
Yeah, I'm feeling, my bad, man. I just had to get that out, bro, because, what is the percentile of young black men who get to go D1 or D2, who get to that whole thing, like, the whole sports thing, because that's major. If everybody want to go D1, but they don't understand.
It's a lot.
With that, yeah.
Right. So for you to have gone through that, got your degree and everything, and both of these young men are degreed.
Yes,
up in here.
Praise
Up
God.
in here.
Praise God. Praise God.
So,
my boy did it in 3.
I'm sorry, man. I cut y'all, but, man, that thing hit me kind of hard. Oh, glory. That thing hit me. That thing hit me, Caleb, man. I had to go and get that out, man.
Yes, sir.
But go ahead, bro. I think you were at, you were about to go into love and relationships or whatever.
Kind of had to pivot after football and learn more about myself. And I feel like my biggest lesson in regards to love is like, you really have to love yourself first before you can expect to love someone at a high level. Like, because, if your cup is empty and you're trying to pour into somebody else's cup, it is literally not going to make sense. It's not going to work out. And I feel like that was something that I had to learn. And like, Taylb knows me. I always had the ladies from a young age. But then after football, I was going through that transition of like, I could continue to distract myself with women, but like once you really fall in love with yourself, the women come after, the job, the whatever you're searching for, it'll come once you love yourself. And that was probably my biggest lesson. But I didn't get to that point probably till last year, really.
So well said, man. That was yeah.
So loving yourself, that's
yeah.
Okay.
And how many like real relationships would you say that you've been in since?
Since when?
Just The whole, like, how many do you count?
See, I'm a lover boy. I was a lover boy, so I count all of them.
Okay, let me be more specific. We're not talking middle school, like from high school on type shit.
Right. I would say probably like serious ones, probably like 4.
Okay.
Probably like 4.
I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that.
And I feel like a lot of them taught me different lessons.
Yeah.
Each one taught me different things.
No, that's real.
What about you? What was your biggest lesson?
With love and relationship, I love the loving yourself first. I think everybody could use that. For me, I think I come from a family, bro. Like I've always known what love looks like or what it's supposed to look like. Like coming from a family that just love one another. You know what I'm saying? So it was never like a moment of trying to find. You know, people search or try to find what love feels like because they never really experienced it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I never came from like a point of like me going out of my body or doing something extra just to experience love because I've always kind of known what it should look like or what it should feel like. I think the biggest thing for me when it comes to love and relationships is kind of, especially relationships, especially what I'm learning now, is kind of getting out of yourself and understanding like you can't like do certain things that, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think when you have a good relationship, like your woman should want to do things that you like to do and vice versa as well. But just kind of getting out of that routine of like waking up and being used to doing whatever I want to do.
Being on your own.
Yeah, not really thinking about, well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I do feel that.
Just the thought process has to change of like, damn, I have somebody else that, you know what I'm saying, I have to think about, and not like pulling me away from my dreams or aspirations or like distracting me, but just understanding like, okay, you're in a relationship. And when you're in a relationship, it takes time. Like you can't just wake up, oh, I'm gonna go do this, do that, do this. Like, nah, like incorporate. Yeah, the incorporation part of it, I feel like has been the biggest adjustment piece for me, especially for someone who like when I asked you how many relationships you've been in, like I've never been in this is my first like real relationship. Yeah. So going through middle school, high school, and all of college and not experience a real girlfriend, I feel like you just kind of get used to like running them respectfully. Just respectfully, like just going through. And it's not like you're disrespecting women or anything like that, but you just kind of get used to the situationships and falling in them, falling out of them. And not disrespecting women in any type of way, but you just kind of get used to doing your own thing at your own time, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. And so when you get into a real relationship with someone that you respect, someone that you admire in a lot of ways, and then vice versa, it's like, damn, like I kind of got to check myself. Like, you feel me? Like, and understand like, okay, like I would have did it this way, but now I have you. So it's like, and you're giving me a whole different perspective of how to do it. And it may be better than how I was going to do it. And just being understanding to your way is not always the right way or the correct way. And just being open to that. So that's what I would say when it comes to love and relationships, just understanding that you're not by yourself anymore and getting out of those selfish routines or selfish things that, you know, that any and not just men do, women get it, you know, in their own little routine of you just get used to being by yourself. So just breaking out of that monotony.
Man, are y'all sure y'all 25?
Yeah, man, we sound like we pushing 30, 35.
Good God.
Got good people in our circle.
Man,
Nah,
wow.
for
That's major. I think just piggybacking after you're saying, you know, just it sounds like you're getting to a point where you're not being selfish.
Yeah. And I was never over it. Like, I don't want to paint a picture.
I don't mean that negatively.
Yeah. But and then let me add this in there. I'm sorry. Let me add this in there as well. It's like I was born or raised the only child. So then that adds a whole different, you know what I'm saying? So I'm used to being by myself. So it's like, I feel like if I would have had a sibling, that would have added a different dynamic of me learning how to share, learning how to, you know what I'm saying?
My fault.
Being an only child, being raised as an only child, it was just like, you know, you just get used to being by yourself, right? So it's like, what you mean I got to think about you too? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to have to just get used to being with somebody. So I think that adds a whole another whatever.
That's a good insight. I would think, you know, not that y'all asked for the old man.
Nah, yeah, we need it. We need it.
We need that.
Anyway,
especially after the last episode.
Yeah, we gotta make sure we on
I ain't gonna say too much though. Yeah.
Ooh, let's peace. But I don't know. I guess as my age now, like looking back or if I had to say, anything about love and relationships now being, a more seasoned person, I would say if I could kind of do some things differently, maybe when it came to love and relationships, I would. There was I forgot who. My dad might have told me this. I'm trying to think. He said that you'll get further along with somebody else. Two people can do more than one person.
Two heads better than one.
Right. And I think, if I would have kind of realized that earlier, because, I'm a force by myself. What's the song?
I know.
My boy Neo.
Yeah. We're together.
Yeah, I'm a force by myself, but and so, but I was being selfish. So that was kind of that hit me when you said that, because I was just trying to do my thing and chase my dreams, and not be sensitive to what I had and just focusing. But I will say this, not that it makes it any better. I thought that if I could do certain things or get to a certain point, that was going to make it better for both.
Like financially? Or,
yeah. But the journey, you can't exclude. And I did, I was excluding because I just thought, oh, you don't understand, you don't understand my dream.
I don't want to cut you off, but that just
ahead.
Popped in my head. Another lesson is kind of learning about women is a woman wants to feel included in the plan.
Yeah, definitely.
As a man, you got to have a plan first and foremost, but then a woman wants to feel included in the plan and feel like you can, she can achieve her dreams while helping you achieve your dreams. Yeah. That's something that I had to pick up too.
And with that being said, I've learned that the right woman will help you get to those dreams. You know what I'm saying? So, like we said, I think it might have been episode 2 in the sense, we both need each other, but I would probably do that differently because now I think and say, man, where could I have been? Like, okay, if I really would have locked in, like where would I have been,
Shit, not only financially, but emotionally, physically,
all of that stuff. So, but man, that's deep. I love both of those responses there, because I just think, and also as you get older, some things that you thought were important, at 25, now at 55, 56, 57, you're like, dang, really?
Perspective change.
I thought that was so important. You know what I'm saying? Like
chasing the wrong thing.
Right. You just thought, things so
Can you give
light.
us an example?
Please.
Of something?
I was going to add. I was hoping you were going to say something.
Here y'all go.
And we like to keep it real on the podcast. Just give us a brief example
of something that I thought that was important then that really status.
Wow.
That's
a good one.
And I think for, men, period, but especially black men, and we grow up like, all this finna connect. So as all of us play football, at a collegiate level. And so competition is that depth chart something. So that's every day, competing. And so I think sometimes, we get so inundated with that in our mind that we got to compete and what's our status,
Where am I on the depth chart?
Where am I on the depth chart?
That's deep.
Right.
Deep.
And so we start doing stuff really out of our character because we think, oh, that's going to float me up. Right.
Yeah, that's going to take me up.
Depth chart when really it ain't or it didn't. So I think for me, it was, okay, hey, man, you trying to, all the stuff that has happened for me in the last, say, 3 months is stuff I've kind of wanted to do all my life. Like, you know, this book, I've always, you know, thought, hey, I didn't know it was going to be that book, but, you know, I've always loved writing, and I was like, okay, one day I'm going to write something. My music. I've been doing music since 90s, hell, all my life, period. But I now just do music just because I ain't looking for the fame and fortune. Even though, you know, we were elected to sign a record deal and all that stuff, but now
That boy
it's
was like you with
just,
Diddy.
there we go.
I seen the last episode. What y'all was called? The Flash.
Hey,
But picture this. Here,
Picture
here.
this. I was about to
this.
say Flash.
Picture this.
I'm thinking the cameras.
And so, you know, I was looking for that. And now, you know, I just do the music just because I just want to get it out of my head. I don't even know how many, like somebody asked me last night, well, how many books, how many songs? And I don't even know. I haven't even looked. You roll back to 25, I'd have been like, I could tell you, you know, oh, we just sold another one right now. And, you know, I released a Christmas song. I couldn't even tell you right now, like, how many, I don't even know.
Because you're just doing it for
Right, I'm
For the
just
love
doing
of
it
the
because,
game, yeah.
right, that's what's inside of me, and I just want to do it. So for me, it would be, you know, status. Like, I was trying to chase status. I wanted to, you know, look, I guess, in somebody's eyes, and people don't even really give a damn about you, really.
And I feel like so many, and not even just black men, just men in general fall into that trap of like trying to be so noticeable or seen that you like you glance over so many things that's important. That's you know, because once you get seen, okay, now what?
Yeah.
Don't nobody love you.
You gotta keep
You know what I'm
chasing
saying?
it. You
You
gotta
feel
keep
me?
chasing it.
Right, now
So
you gotta
it's
do something
endless.
else.
Yeah.
Okay, you know,
Yeah,
you know,
so-
like what's your boys saying? Outkast, what they say in the song? Something about you'll be a hash what? Meaning,
Okay.
you know, if you ain't sell, you know,
Oh, yeah.
you don't sell no songs.
Certain amount of records.
Yeah, you don't make no records. This is you be so.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was something that, you know, I had to, I guess, grow out of and just know that, okay, hey, you know, hey, God had blessed me with some talents. Like, I see a lot of me, really, in both of you, because now you're coming to your own, like, that was not a mistake. You understand what I'm saying? That's who you intrinsically are. Because that wasn't easy. I just know the little bit I know about getting stuff done or whatever. Yeah, you didn't just wave a wand and you came out with a book.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that took hard work, that took dedication. So those are some innate qualities that are inside you. And I think when we're chasing ourselves, and I'm gonna shut up and let you guys get to it, we can't hear from the higher calling. And that's the higher calling. And you can't hear from that because you so busy listening to your head,
Yeah.
you know, telling you, okay, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that, you know, you can't be of service. And so that's what. So
No, that was deep.
yeah,
That was super
I don't know
deep.
about all of that, but
Because you couldn't tell me that Caleb in 6th, 7th grade would have wrote a.
You couldn't tell me.
that's why. Hey,
You couldn't tell me.
that's why I was looking at the thing. I was like,
My bad.
hold on, what? That's a book,
Mr.
was
Sutherland.
I say, oh my God. So hey, but you know, man, I feel like we have to get to that point as men where, you know, number one, being comfortable with ourselves, you know, whatever that is. But embracing, because, you know, the good books say your talent will make room for you. But sometimes, you know, we so busy trying to be something that we ain't, that we don't even focus on that. You
What
know,
God gave you.
right? And we ain't got no room. Then we mad because there ain't no damn room at the end.
No, that's real. That's
So,
real.
what about, okay, y'all boys did a little something there on love and relationships. So tell me about, this should be good, because, yeah. tell me about careers. What have you guys learned? You know, give some, some stuff that maybe you've learned when it comes to, jobs or careers, or, what maybe you might would have done different, or
I'm gonna let Taylb start this.
Yeah.
One.
And I think I'm gonna go. I think this is a dope one just because, I'm an advocate for when you're younger to experience as many jobs as you can experience and get hired and get fired and learn different things and explore different things.
Get hired and get fired.
Yeah, because that's just a part of it. Like, I think that builds character in so many different ways. Like, just experiencing what getting fired feels like. Getting called in that office. Getting called in that, we ain't gonna need you tomorrow. Yeah. Go ahead and turn that in with your, you know what I'm saying? So just a part of it. I think, and this is kind of like, if I'm ever fortunate to have a child, that what I'm gonna push so hard to them is find something that you love early. Experience everything, whether that be sports, music, poetry, whatever, find something that you love early so then we can build off that. And don't be afraid to get out of that comfort zone and do other things as well. But I feel like so many times we go through middle school doing what we feel like we're supposed to do. We go through high school trying to, do what we're supposed to do. And then we get to college and it's like, we're kind of just like, we're not really doing what we want to do per se. It's just kind of, we just doing what we think is we're gonna get us to the next level or to that next career. But it's like, I feel like if you can find something that you love early and build off that and explore other things, once you get to high school and college, it's like I have a better sense of what I want to do. And so when I get that opportunity, it's not like I'm shying away from it, or it's not like I'm not prepared for it, because I've spent my elementary school years playing the trumpet. I spent my middle school years playing the trumpet. You know what I'm saying? So now when I get a chance to be first chair in the orchestra,
you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like for me, like I found myself just kind of going through the motions in middle school, going through the motions in high school, and then you get to college and it's like, damn, like, okay, after this, I know I didn't want to do no more school. Yeah. This is gonna be a wrap for me. So, but it's like you find yourself kind of like, damn, like, what do I really want to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you had that moment of like, okay, like it's a whole world out there, so many different careers or whatever. What does Taylb really want to do? And I found myself asking that question so many times in college. And then I feel like so many people get caught into just doing something because they slip up and have a baby, or, they got bills now. So it's like the freedom of what you had in middle school and high school of being able to fluctuate and do different things. You don't have it no more because
you got to lock in.
You feel me? And that, you know what I'm saying? That time period is over. So I think for a career, it's just, man, it's so many different things, so many different avenues to go down. And I think do it while you're young. Like, I feel like my dad did a great job of just exposing me to just different things. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing probably more than I should have saw at certain ages. But I've always been mature enough to understand what it was and compute it to a point where it was like, wow, like, I know people in my age group are not experiencing this. You know what I'm saying? And so I think when it comes to career, I would say just don't get sucked into one. Do your best to try to find something that you can wake up every day. And I know it's cliche. People say, if you love what you do, then you never work a day in your life or whatever. But I feel like there's some truth in that. If you could really find something that you love early and stick with it, I truly feel like, they're like you said, it'll make room for you. It'll definitely make room for you. So, and even if you are in a career where you feel like you're stuck in, take time outside of that to still find what you love. Like, it's never too late to still find what you love to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because I get bills, kids, whatever, you got to put food on the table. That's understandable, but don't ever give up on yourself and still searching whatever that itch is. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would have for a career.
I do. To piggyback off of that, it's kind of off topic, but I do think, like, in the Black community, we kind of have to find more of a communal sense, or like basically teaching the next generation, our kids, that, while college is great, we're all college educated, but like, if you don't know what you want to do, like why you
Yeah,
going to college?
yeah.
Like maybe stay home,
Yeah.
just get a little job while you work on your passions and
Right.
just help mom with the bills. So you really helping the family while you figuring out what you want to do. I
Right.
feel like
Instead of going to there getting into so much
just
debt.
rushing off.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let me go get a degree because they told me I need a degree.
Right.
And
then you
that's
don't use
kind of
it.
our fault in a sense. And I'm glad you brought that point up, Caleb, because I wanted to kind of ask you guys another question. I'm gonna ask you this question after I say this. So going back, from some generations. So your granddaddy, my father, of course, people like, we know this. He's so stupid. So he had to drop out to help, with the family. He went back and he got his GED. So I think that generation for me, that generation pushed my generation because I think
that
they
was the way.
felt like, okay, college is
That was the answer.
right. That was if you can get to college, you can get a better job, and to be honest, I mean, my father worked for CXX Railroad, and I mean, he made decent money for that, but he definitely told me, I saw him draw one time. I was like, I didn't even know he could draw. It's like, you could draw? And he was like, yeah, I wanted to be an architect.
But yeah, like you were saying, a lot of time we don't get to explore our
Right.
passions because we so
And-
worried in chasing status, like you was talking about, or
Helping the families.
Right.
Back then.
So I was like, wow. So I think for them, for us, their answer was to kind of push us to college.
And that was during that whole like Hillman, like that was when HBCUs really like, I feel like thrived, like that 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Because that was like, that was a goal to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like
that was
different world type of vibe.
Right.
Like,
And I felt like they thought that, okay, hey, if I can get him to school,
he'll make some
he
shake.
gonna make, that was a status thing too. Like,
it's true.
And every generation I think kind of wants better for the generation ahead. So I think, they thought, hey, he's gonna be better than me because he's gonna have a college degree. For me, with your generation, I probably kind of felt that same way. Just because of, it was more so I want you to have everything that you can have, all the tools that you can have, so you got to be considered. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause we already got strikes. We black, we're a black male, we articulate, we're intelligent. Those are strikes. But I was like, okay, they can't deny you on paper because you check all the boxes, which I don't know if, now looking back, probably, let's say if he would have spent 4 years in a trade school.
Yeah, something.
You know what I'm saying?
Work with
Like
your hands,
2
something
years.
that you care about.
Right. I mean, there's so many certifications that you can get in 2 years and be making $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 where, we're pushing kids, go to college, and now you got, the thing ain't changed. You're $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 in debt. You know what I'm saying? So I think we do have to break that paradigm in the sense of like, because every kid, like you said, everybody ain't college material.
Yeah, like it's different avenues.
Right.
You know?
And we gotta, I think with our black males, we gotta expose them to those things. And being an educator, and this is the question I want to ask you guys, coming back to that right quick. Being college educated young men, do you feel like you wasted 4 years? If you could turn it, if you can go back and say, okay, hey, I'm gonna go to trade school, or I'm gonna do something like that, would you go to vocational school instead of going to?
See, great question. I feel like for me, I might have like a privileged perspective because I got to go 6 years of college for free. Like my last year, I took out student loans because I wanted to. Like, and even still, my student loans like 10, 15,000. Like, so I feel like I kind of got the ability to just go to college. Yeah, I just got the ability to go to college. And plus, I'm playing football. I'm learning so many lessons about life, about myself. And it's like, I wouldn't trade that, you know. And I do feel like a lot of people go to college and don't even use their degree. So maybe you are kind of wasting your time and your money. But like for me, I would say that I definitely am grateful for my time in college for sure.
Yeah. I think coming from somebody who is in way more debt than that.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But I think, okay, so let me backtrack. And I think this is such a dope question because I was recently thinking about this too, because, you know, as you get older, you start to just look over your decisions that you've made in life so far. You think like, damn, if I didn't go to college, and I just would have, you know what I'm saying?
Could have been locked in on something else.
You know, or I could have been in a better position financially, you know what I'm saying? I think for me, I wouldn't change a thing only because growing up, I got to see Clark Atlanta and just HBCU life specifically, like that really like took me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like he used to like, I'd be in middle school, elementary school, and like it'd be homecoming. He'll take me up there. I'm 10, 11 years old, and I'm sitting at the tailgate, and I'm just like, I have to experience this. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those things for me, like where he was pushing college, but it was never a moment where I felt like I was forced to go because I wanted to experience. Yeah. So, and then just all the different experiences that I got to do while being in college, man, not just Greek life, but being able to travel, being able to just meet so many different people. Like, I think, I wouldn't change a thing. I think I probably would have, if I had to change something, I would have changed my major a little bit and did something that I was more interested in at the time. But I wouldn't change a thing, man. Like, you know, Clark specifically just blessed me so much with so many different things. And just having a degree in general, like just being able to come back home and instantly get some type of, you know.
They can't take that from me.
Exactly. Yeah. So I wouldn't take that back. I would say for me, like, and the same thing I would tell my children, like, but for my children, I'm off rip, like you have a college fund set aside. Like, I think that is the best thing that you can do for a child, even if they don't go, just to have that money set aside, because now it's like, okay, you go, you get your degree, you're debt free. You know what I'm saying? Essentially, that gives you, your credit should be good because you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no, so that just puts you in a whole different realm financially and mentally, because when you get out of college, you're not worried about, well, damn, how I'm gonna pay this or how,
money.
You know what I'm saying? Bills. So I think that'd be the only thing that I try to tweak for, like, you know, my kids and the kids that come after them. It's just setting that aside so they have the option to be able to be in a different space financially if they decide to go to college. Now, if you don't decide to go, by all means, I'm never gonna be the parent or, oh, you gotta go, you gotta do. Like, nah, if you wanna go be a welder.
Hey,
but my boy, I got some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all for, as long as it's positive, as long as it's something that's, you know, you're able to take care of yourself, man, and it's keeping you on the straight and narrow. I'm all for it. So, but to answer the question, no, I wouldn't regret a thing, man. There's so many things that I would not have been able to experience if I didn't do that. So, I'm content.
Facts.
Yeah. I would just very quickly, I think that really the important things that you know, people say, oh, you know, it's about your degree, and you know, and I mean, of course it could be, but I think the biggest lessons that you learn, or one of the biggest things about going to school, was the exposure of, especially if you came from small town, Plant City, the exposure that you got from different people around the world. You know, just the exposure, the cultures, the music. Like, I remember the first time hearing house music. I'm like, what the, why is this music going over and over and over and over again? Like, you know, and to me, you know, I didn't like it, but I mean, I got exposed to house music. They was like, oh, that's house music. Go-go music. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, Chuck Brown. But people from just different walks of life, you know, different religions. You know what I'm saying? That I never was exposed to. Like, wait a minute, y'all what? Y'all Presbyterian. What? And Clark was a United Methodist school. Didn't really realize that until he got there. I was like, ooh. Well, my parents gonna be mad at this foolishness because, you know, we were Pentecostal. So I think that just that experience alone, you know, meeting people, seeing new things, and plus just having to make some decisions by yourself.
Help you grow up quick.
Right. Yeah. You know, hey, even something as simple as, okay, am I going to get up and go to breakfast? You know, breakfast early. I'm going to be hungry until lunch. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just little things like that. Am I going to go wash my clothes or I'm going to have on these funky drawers? I mean, you know what I'm saying? But those were little things that, you know, you didn't have to think about at home. And so I think, and the last thing was, to this day, the friendships that I have made with people, I would say 95% of my friend base is from college. You know, people that I've been knowing 35, 40 years now, you know, that are really, really good friends. So, you know, some people say, you don't send people, you know, you don't send your child to college to learn. You send them to grow up and be exposed to stuff that they wouldn't have gotten exposed to at home. So, but okay. All right, cool. Woo! Well, let's talk about what would you, okay, being 25 now, and I heard you guys kind of mention some things. You talk about, you know, student loans, you talk about, you know, money, whatever. What would you say about, you know, 25 under your generation, you know, about finances? What, you know, I'm going to start this off. Hold on, because I think it'll make it easier. Of course, you know, you hear all the time, y'all save. And I don't know if y'all got there yet at 25, 26, you know, because y'all still be popping bottles and all that foolishness. But, you know, I know save. And, you know, my dad, I mean, he would say save, but, you know, it wasn't really like, you know, finances. It didn't really teach me a whole lot. I kind of had to learn on the go and still learning, you know, and how important that is. Like, you know, we never talked about credit. You know, I ruined my credit real quick, fast, in a hurry at Clark, man. It was so cold. I ain't had no coat, no heavy coat. And there used to be a store called Rich's. It was a department store, big department store in Atlanta. They was just on campus one day, signing up folks, giving you a $300 credit card. Just wasn't checking nothing. Yeah. But I mean, at that point, you ain't have no credit. I mean, you know, they knew you ain't have no credit. Man, I said, what I could do what? And they gave me a little paper credit card. All you got to do is take this to the store, man. As soon as I signed that thing, I jumped on the bus, went downtown, got my first heavy coat. Lady was like, oh, let me back. Man, I'm going there out the store. That wind was hitting me so hard. To this day, I ain't paid for that coat.
I don't blame you either.
50 years later,
no, that's crazy.
I still ain't paid for that. Richardson went out of business. And I ain't paid for no folk coat, man. But I didn't understand, you know, didn't know nothing about no beacon score and, you know, keeping your credit right. And so that's what I would say if you know, if I could go back and do something different, I definitely would, you know, make sure that, you know, I protected that and knew the importance of it. It's all crazy. It's all stupid, but that's the system that we live in. So what would you guys say, you know, 25, What?
Well, I was definitely gonna actually say that to learn about credit, like leveraging credit, and how that can really propel you to end up getting money. But the richest people in the world, most of their riches and their assets is in credit. You know, even Elon Musk, half of his money is credit. Like, and they don't really teach us this, especially not in school, but in our communities. I mean, we don't really have the time or the knowledge to really sit down with our parents and talk about credit. I didn't get my first credit card till I was like 23. And like you, I ran it up. What? I ran it up. Like, but I definitely would say learning about credit, getting in them books, because that's where all the knowledge is really at, getting in them books. And then I would say open businesses with your friends or your family, like, because I know I know some people don't want to do that, but we talking about the man's viewpoint. You know, a lot of men feel like we got to get it on our own, but like that's really like other races. They build their family business before they build their personal business. I feel like that's something that, you know, kind of put us behind because not a lot of us talk about it, or not a lot of black families got podcasts together, business together. Like, I feel like that's like very powerful. And
Y'all seen Uncle Larry? Y'all ain't seen
now
Uncle
that's
Larry?
the thing. Now you got to know which family members. It might not be your family. It might
Larry
be
done
your
took all the
friends.
money. Out the damn.
Now you got to be smart. Now you know everybody ain't
Everybody
on
can't
that
have
same
access,
page.
yeah.
Larry.
Facts.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I think credit, man. Credit. Everything that y'all said about that is 100% true. I think if I had to add anything, I would say, and I think our generation is doing better at you know, stocks and trades and seeing the trends and investing in certain things. I think that is just important as keeping your credit together, because if you're able to really dive into that correctly, man, that could be just as rewarding as having
your
an
life,
800
your family life.
exactly. So, I that's the first thing that when, like, one of the things that caught me off guard, but things that I noticed when I did go to school is that just the different mindsets that people had when it came to just making money. Like for me, it was never a real thought to go, you know, stocks and trades and look at what's trending, and you know what I'm saying? But to be around people when you go to school that they've been doing that since, you know what I'm saying? They daddy put them on, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that's the biggest thing too, is just learning the system. Like you said, it's a crazy system that we're in, but learning it and just trying to use it to the best of your ability, you know, whether that be credit, whether that be stocks, whether that just be investing in certain things, getting ahead of the curve, you know, when it comes to what was the trading thing? It was a scam, but people that came off of it. Forex. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. People legit came up off of it though. Like whether it be a pyramid scheme or not. I'm not saying finesse people or do anything like that, but just learning how to, you know, just get ahead in certain things. I think that's important. Just as important as, you know, saving your money and keeping your credit good. So sorry.
Man, you boys done took us to the
Halftime.
halftime. Hey, some good points being made.
Yeah, I'm
good
enjoying
points.
this.
Hey, when we come back from halftime, want you guys to kind of, in these three areas, these three topics, I need you to throw out some nuggets, man. Throw out some nuggets. Be thinking about some nuggets you can throw out to the young folk, you know, just some plain, simple nuggets, you know, some rules, some regulations when we get back after halftime. So, all right, man, we're going to go to halftime. All right. And we're back from halftime.
That was
No, we
heavy.
not.
That was
We ain't back from halftime.
What you gonna say? We in the same quarter?
Nah, we not. We still at halftime, but I'm gonna talk to him at halftime. We're gonna talk about the show. So this halftime.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we ain't. All right.
All right, I know it's halftime, but we want to really definitely. Our engineer is he's a heck of a guy, and he's having a big show, a big fashion show. I don't know if you guys remember. Y'all probably too young to remember. Back in the day, there used to be this thing called the Ebony Fashion Show. and it was the Ebony magazine. Remember the Ebony magazine? Y'all don't remember that.
I know that by
Yeah,
name.
y'all was trying to look at the
It's like
little
the jet
girl in the
almost,
middle.
right?
Yeah, they used to have the little pretty girl in the middle. I ain't gonna lie, I used to be looking at that. But anyway, Ebony fashion show. I was fortunate to go to one when I was in high school, and it blew my mind. You know, I was like, man, you know, just to see black folks dressed up like that, all the different styles. To know that there were black designers and, you know, all that stuff was just kind of, I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, you know, and so there's this show that's coming here who is Ernest. Now, kind of take us through the whole thing. Ernest used to work for Ebony, but as we know, Ebony is not in business anymore. But our engineer Ernest used to work with them, work with this fashion show. So tell us a little bit about what's going on, man.
We trying to bring it back.
Bring it back then, brother. Bring it back.
Trying to run it back.
Run it back then. Run it back. So when you say run it back, we're talking about fashion, the models, singing, music.
It's a little bit of theatrical acting, all kind of stuff.
But that sounds like a good
A
time.
trifecta.
Like the arts.
That boy said a whole production. So when is this, Ernest?
Sunday at 5 o'clock,
This Sunday,
July 13th.
July 13th,
That's trash, right?
at the Strass Center here in Tampa. How can we get these tickets, Ernest?
You can go to strasscenter.com. I think it's .org.
StrassCenter.org. Strass Center, if you live here in Tampa, you know where the Strass is, downtown by the Riverwalk. StrassCenter.org, StrassCenter.com, one of the two, right? .org, okay.
Runway New York.
Runway, now, that word always tricked me up there, Ernest. Go on, spell that so the folk know.
Noir.
Noir. And what does that word mean, Ernest?
Black.
Lord have mercy. So put that thing together. So what is it again? What's the title?
Runway New York.
Runway Black.
I like that.
I like that. But definitely taking that place at Ebony Fashion Show. And if I can still remember that, going and having a great time as a high schooler, you know, because you know high schoolers, you know how y'all used to be. You know. But I still remember that, and that's one of the highlights of, you know, a memory. And I was like, wow, you know, the models, the women, the dudes, in the sense of that's the first time I really realized, shut up. That was the first time I really realized that dudes like model. You know what I'm saying? Because there used to be a pair of twins, wasn't there? Yeah! What? Look at him. Wow. Look at him. Dementia my foot. It was a pair of twins. I remember that.
Dimension your foot.
Nah. Sometimes I think I do. I can't remember where I'm going. But so y'all go get these tickets, man. If you're here in Tampa and you're looking for something to do on Sunday, Runway Nora at the Strass Center, 5 o'clock. Get your tickets. Please come out and support. You know, black folks, man, and white folks, we love y'all too. We invite y'all to the barbecue this time. Don't bring them raisins for the potato salad. But, you know, we're always in the community. Oh, we ain't got nothing to do. Well, it's the same old. Okay, now you got something to do. Come on, support, but we don't want to support. How much some tickets, Ernest?
65
65 and
and 85.
85. Now y'all know y'all will go spend $65 on a bundle of hair. More than $65. Okay? But go and support some, because some of the money is going to what I heard.
We have an organization that we're advocating for, and it is called the Aaron's House, who are they support health takers for mental health patients.
And we know we need that. We mental health is so big. So not only are you gonna have a good time, you're gonna see some fabulous clothing, designers, models, good thing, but you're also supporting a great need and a great cause. So please, Sunday, July 13th, 5 o'clock, Strass Center here in Tampa. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. All right, hope to see you. Come up and say hello when you get there too. All right. All right, we back from halftime, dog. We back from halftime. Y'all boys had a real conversation. Was conversating. I must say, I'm just kind of sitting here in this episode back here in the cut, man. Just kind of really blowed that. Man, that I feel good. I feel because sometimes I kind of look at y'all generation sometime and I be like, Lord, what we gonna do? What is we's gonna do? But I feel good that you guys are pulling the weight and towing the line, and so I'm feeling real nice. I'm feeling really nice with that. But so getting back to a little topic we were just kind of talking about, these young fellas at 25 and some things that they have experienced and their outlook on career, love, relationships, and finances. And they were dropping some gems, and I want them to drop some more gems here in the second half. But I do have a question, fellas. And the question is, what is one thing that you were told by, maybe your dad or a father figure, mentor or whatever, that you were told back in the day that you didn't believe then? But boy, you sure believe now. They ain't love me back then, but now they all love me. Mike Jones. Mike
Go ahead,
Jones.
Taylb. Go ahead.
Yeah, for me
Ooh,
personally,
this gonna be good. Hold on, let me get
Nah,
my
it ain't
phone
gonna be
out
good.
so I can. This ain't gonna be.
we on the clock anyway. But I mean, for me, I would just say the importance of yes sir, no ma'am, yes ma'am. Growing up, I understood why I was doing it, but it was just sometimes where he would say something, or my mom or dad say something to me, and I'd be like, huh, or what? Mm-hmm. And it was always, huh, who? Huh? And growing up, that it never really bothered me, but it was just like, man, why they be on that? You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't really until I got on my own and so many doors that opened for me just by saying yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am, oh, you raised, you know what I'm saying? Old people love that, boy. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. It opened so many doors for me. And it's not even that I was being fake, because that's truly how I was raised. Anybody, yes, sir, no, sir. But I would say that, I would say I didn't understand why they were doing that. But man, the doors that is open for me, people that I've, gotten the opportunity from just because, I'm suited and booted. I'm yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Whether white, black, no matter what, the race is, it's always been something that always has caught, people's eyes. So I would say that.
I like that one, man. I would say, I don't got too many, pieces of advice from my dad, but one that always stuck with me was life is all about choices. And when he told me that, I think I was like middle school. It just really, I was like, all right, man, get out my But for real, thinking about life is all about choices.
Yeah,
everything you do, it adds up. Every choice got a consequence.
Mm-hmm. Positive or negative.
Exactly. Yeah. Cause and effect. Everything that you do matters, and kind of just being more intentional with your choices. I feel like.
That's good. I heard this quote before. It was your life is just a summed up thing of all your choices that you've made. That's what your life is. It's just a summed up of all the choices and decisions you've made. So no, that's dope. That's a good one.
I just got this. Somebody just said this to me last week. Shout out to Miranda over there at Elite Logos in Plant City. Gal. So Miranda put me down on this right here. She said, and I think she said her father, because we were talking about our dads or whatever, and I had never heard this. She said, what's in the middle of life?
In the middle?
Yeah.
If.
You heard that before?
No,
I
never heard that.
That's the answer?
That's the answer.
Oh, in the middle.
In the middle.
Okay.
But what
I'm
does that
thinking
mean,
more.
though?
Yeah.
I took it, if you do what you're supposed to do, or if you don't do what you're supposed to do, that's going to determine how your life
Everything
is.
hinges on that.
Yeah. If I said, ooh, Miranda, I was like, I ain't never heard that.
That's a good
So
one.
that was deep for me. What is in the middle of life? You can't have, if you you do what you're supposed to do, and your life will mirror that. If you don't, then it won't. So
I like that.
all right, we
That's
got
the way.
about 6 minutes to get fresh. Y'all didn't know nothing about
I
that.
actually
That
do
was a
know that.
song.
I actually
That
do
was a
know
song
that.
when I went to Clark, 1985. Oh my God! But we used to, boy, that came on, boy. Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, he having flashbacks,
Hey,
man.
boy. Excuse me, Dougie Fresh. Yes.
I'm weak.
All
Nah.
right. It's about 6 minutes. So give me, before we get out of here, man. Well, y'all just gave me a little.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
gave me that. I'm trying to be greedy. I'm trying to get some more.
But look, though,
Get some more.
let me be the first to say this has been. Thank you again. for
Thank
coming
y'all.
Yes,
on.
sir, man.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all, man.
This has been, and I knew it was gonna be, bro. Just because anytime we together, it's always a good vibe, bro. So the fact that we were able to come together and have this conversation, hopefully it touches some ears that need to be touched, bro. And keep doing your thing, man. Just like you watching us, we're watching you, bro. And we always tapped in, bro. So I ain't gonna say too much, but just keep doing your thing, man. And this has been, I've loved it. What we call this episode? I think we should call it God's timing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
One more time, okay? Tell us about the book again.
Yes, sir. Iron Mind, Iron Will. Out now. We gonna figure out how to get it on Amazon.
Yes, sir.
But in all my bios is just basically 90-day plan with journal prompts, Bible scriptures, mental challenges, different things to kind of help stimulate that growth. Anybody, any young man, any young man who's trying to get serious with life, man, lock in. This is something that I think would impact a lot of people.
And so when we order that, we can.
Shout out your
Yes, sir. At Caleb Can Talk.
C as in cat, A as in alpha, L as in lead, E as in ebony, B as in boy. No spaces, by the way. C as in can't, A as in apple, N as in not, T as in talk, A as in apple, L as in leave, and K as in kangaroo.
Okay, that boy said kangaroo. Perfect. What we'll do, man, we'll take a picture, send it to Ernest, and see if Ernest can make sure that we put it, as a
yes.
part
I
on
would
the show,
appreciate
so
that.
people can kind of see it. Because sometimes, people need to see it before they ain't really listening. And if you're gonna get Iron Mind, Iron Will, let me hold that. Then go ahead and get. Well, we got you. We got you covered. Daddy's Chronicles available on Amazon.
Yes, plug that one. Got to.
Please
I
go
need a
ahead and
copy.
support us. So Daddy Chronicles, like I said, huh?
It's your copy?
I just brought a copy so we can have it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, let me sign that thing now.
Oh,
If I can make
yeah,
I
I
feel
need
like
an autograph,
somebody.
man.
Anyway, with about 3 minutes left, let's go outside the lines right quick. What
Yeah.
y'all got on
You
outside
think
the lines?
you think Diddy gonna get free?
I'm sick of Diddy.
But I
But
don't
no-
even be following.
Okay, yeah, we ain't even got this. Okay.
Well, I do want to say this though, and this is kind of current event thing. I just want to say prayers for all the victims of the flood in Texas.
Texas,
Those children, man. Especially the little camp. I think it was Camp Mystic, if I'm not mistaken. So God bless the families out there for all of those people who lost their lives out there in Texas. God bless that. And I do want to say, let's be more vigilant. My women, black women, please be careful when you're out here traveling by yourselves at night or whatever. I'm just saying, let's just be careful. Black men too, but black ladies, be careful. Have your ID on you. I know y'all be switching purses and, I forgot my ID. Make sure when you leave the house, you got your ID on you, okay? This is so serious. Please make sure and let somebody know where you are going, where you're gonna be. You know, we all got these phones that have tracking devices or whatever on there, but it's serious times. And, you know, people are being snatched without no questions asked, no due process. So please, my ladies, please be careful. If you're gonna travel alone, please try not to travel at night. And make your routes, you know, be strategic on where you're going. Please, please, please. I need y'all to do that. I really need y'all to take this to heart and do that for us here so that we can see you around. We can see you around. Once again, hey, we had a great time. Caleb, thank you so much, man. We got to have a part 2. We're going to have part 2 of this thing, Caleb.
Definitely do.
And invite you back. Thank you, man. We appreciate it. For us here at Man's Viewpoint Podcast, we'll see you next week. Don't forget, I knocked down. I always tearing up something. This ain't my stuff neither. I can't pay Ernest for this stuff. Black North this weekend. That means today, because you watching this on Sunday. So get up.
So go watch the podcast and then go to the show.
Yeah, go watch the podcast. As a matter of fact, we might bring, I don't know if we're going to pull the podcast time up a little earlier. We'll see. But we do want you to support this show. It's going to be fabulous. I've seen some of the outfits, and I'm just like, good googly moogly. So please support. Come on out, $65. Strass.org. You said, right, Ernest? Strasscenter.org. Come on, support us, man. We're trying to do something with proceeds going to the Aaron House for mental health. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, boy. What you got on now, boy?
Yeah, dirty. And you know, I wish we had a little bit more time to talk football, but that's gonna come in a part 2 though. That's gonna come in part 2.
Definitely.
But go Dirty Birds, man.
Go Giants.
That boy say Giants. Get him off. Not up in here. Not up in here. Get him off of here. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for joining MVP Man's Viewpoint. See ya.
It's the MVP. Come on in and see what it be. Giving you a man's viewpoint, and we just wanna help you see. We talk real life, no cap, no shade. Truth in the open, no mask, no fade. From love and money to faith and pride, it's a ride through the mind.